Hello, everybody. It is the first weekend of the month, so you know what that means. It means that there is another clue to put together for the Cotton Cuts puzzle mystery quilt. And so I got clue number 4 sent my way. I have all my fabric ready to go, and so all I have to do is sew it together. I did take a little sneak peek at clue number 4, and it looks like I should be able to complete it tonight before Archie wakes up and realizes that he's not cuddling with me. But we shall see. As you can hear, I have my long arm going. I have a quilt on the frame right now, and I only have like a row or two left of that, so I can finish that up and hopefully get another one loaded either tonight or tomorrow. I'm trying to get some quilts done this weekend, so we shall see. Hello, Crystal. Hi, Christine. How are you guys? It's been so long. I feel like last time I was on here, I was like really brain dead and frazzled and just fried. So I'm feeling a lot better today, even though today was a little bit rough. We had a family dinner that did not go too well. My kids stayed up really late last night, and then they didn't take naps today. Who would have thought that would be a recipe for disaster? It was very bad. So, yeah, Archie is with Austin right now. We just got the kids to sleep, and I thought I would come down here and work on my puzzle mystery quilt and get those blocks done. I'm doing well, hanging in there. Today was interesting. More like tonight was interesting. The day was good, the night was rough because we had a lot of tired, overstimulated kids just going crazy. So, there's that. Yes, he's sleeping upstairs with Austin. So, Austin was like, you just take your time. You do whatever you need to do. Just, get whatever you want to do done. He's fine. He's just going to go to sleep. And I guess he's sleeping. Busy around here. My husband just left on business trip, and youngest is coming home tomorrow. Oh, yay! For the summer? That sounds awesome. I hope the business trip isn't too long. Ah, baby. Yeah, he went to the Long Arm Club with me this morning. It's a great thing that my local quilt shop offers for handy quilters. I'm pretty sure you could go even if you didn't have a handy quilter, but it is, each month there's a handy quilter certified instructor, so, it'd be better if you had a handy quilter. And I took him with me, and it was my first club meeting that I've taken him to. And the last time they saw me, I was super pregnant, and they were like, "Oh, you brought the baby!" And so he ended up just like sleeping the whole time. He was so good, didn't make a sound. He ate a little bit and then went straight to sleep. And it was a good morning. We are doing well. Hi, Terry. How are you? We're hanging in there. Some days are easier than others. As you all know, most of you all have kiddos and have been through this. Some days are rough, some days are not rough. Yeah, my grandma is in town from Arizona, and she came over for dinner with my parents, and the kids were just so tired and so wound up. I'm so jealous of your local quilt shop. I follow them on IG, and they have the best events. They are so awesome. Patty does a great job at stocking the store with like the coolest fabrics. She has like all the notions you could want, and she does a really great job at classes and events. Is it Saturday? Just yesterday they had a Cinco de Mayo event, and it was a really cool thrifted vessel class where Sully from Sully Mitten Co., she came, and you take these thrifted little vessels, like a little cup or a little mug or, a little knick-knack, and then you take fabric and you turn it into a pincushion. And so it was on Cinco de Mayo, and Patty threw together a great event and had margaritas and chips and salsa and, water if you wanted that. But she does a really great job at making it more than just a class. And I always hate when I miss out on all the fun ones. I don't really do a lot of classes because I'm kind of busy, and I would love to do some of the Monday makers that they have where it's only $10 on Monday to go learn something, learn how to make something. And so, yeah, I wish my schedule worked out better, but, you know, in due time and, 10 years, 15 years, I can go out there on Mondays and do stuff, and I won't have all the littles running around, and then I'll be sad that I don't have that. So I'm just trying to enjoy the moment, even if some of them are hard moments. Like tonight was a little rough. Hi, Chloe. Hi, Nancy. So I guess I'll get my stuff. I feel like I'm always wearing this shirt when I go live. It's so funny. You guys are probably like, do you wear any other clothes? It's my favorite. These are like my favorite shirts. I have like 3 of them. They're really oversized. I can nurse in them really easily. They don't like hug my body too much. I like loose fitting shirts. They're just more comfortable for me. And this has a cool dog, and it's colorful, and it's tie-dye, and it's fun. So I got to wear it today, and I'm really happy when it's like clean, comes out of the laundry, and you're like, oh, I get to wear my favorite shirts again. Yay! Okay. So as I said in my last video, I now have a sewing station upstairs in the kitchen as well. So some of my stuff is kind of split between the 2 spots. I have a seam ripper down here, and I have a seam ripper up there, so we're good. That should be good. We've got thread up here and up down there. We've got an iron. We should be good. I don't have my little mini ironing mat that I usually place all my fabric on, but we'll make do. It'll be fine. So, yep, number 4. Let's open it up. Whoop. Oh, and I was at the quilt shop today, obviously, and I did not buy anything. I felt so proud. The past couple times that I've gone, I feel like I've been very responsible. I'm trying to like cool it. I've noticed that I'm kind of not the best at. I want all the pretty fabric all the time. Alrighty. I'm going to look at my clue. It was emailed, so I'm going to be looking at my phone. Oh, I guess I have it in I saved it. Recent. I thought I saved it. Maybe not. Okay, well, it's right here. So, it looks like we've got a bunch of flying geese units. They have it set up really nicely. Just looks like a bunch of these doodads. Okay, so that goes up there, and then, oh, gotcha. I have these all wrong. Okay, I'm just laying it out. This helps me as I'm sewing, so I can just chain sew and not like get it all mixed up. So that goes like that, and then this goes here. B. Hold up. Sorry, this takes me a little bit longer because of my brain. All right, there we go. All right, so it just looks like this when you get it all laid out. I am doing I'm doing the large Sweet William. So that is what that looks like. And I'm going to be sewing together, it looks like 8 of these. So 8 identical blocks. This shall be easy to chain sew and just get it going. I'm going to turn on my iron. And my row that I'm on right now on the long arm is just about done. So I'm going to wait and let it get started. Here's the quilt. You can see the quilting. Oh my gosh. Isn't that beautiful? You can really see it that way in the light. All that beautiful texture. And the backing, she always sends sheets as her backing, so it's just always a solid color sheet. And the quilting, it just is so fun on the back because you can just see it. It's the only thing on the back, and it's like, bam, look at me. So that's really fun. And it's almost done, so I'm probably going to advance it and then start on the puzzle mystery. It looks like I probably have like a row and a half left. I'll probably do a full row and then have to do like a partial row and crop out some because I always make it bigger and then I crop out as I go. So, and as you can see, my design wall has all of my puzzle mystery quilt stuff. I'm kind of running out of room, so I'm gonna have to figure out a different place to put all that. There's just too many fun things to be made. Not enough room, right? Okay. I'm gonna advance this. I think I probably have to do a bobbin. This is kind of a dense, not really dense, just a very detailed pantograph. So I've been doing about a bobbin every 2 rows. And I think I'm gonna have to do another bobbin. Yep. I'm just gonna pull this one off. I know that's so wasteful, but I'm starting this, instead of just throwing away my thread scraps, I'm gonna keep them and maybe find like a clear mason jar to put them in because I think they're so pretty. Glide thread is just gorgeous, and whenever I see a pile, it's too pretty to throw away. Plus, I mean, I would rather waste this much than keep buying like packs of bobbins. And I don't love having to break thread and start again. I'd rather it all be one continuous row. Thank you. So I'm not sure if it arrived yet for you guys. I get mine emailed to me, which is really convenient. I have the fabric and stuff, but I don't get all the clues at once. So they send me the clues each month after the first Friday, and then I can sew together with what I have. So they should be arriving soon if they haven't arrived today. I know that they do a really good job about getting those out and making sure that you all get your blocks in time. So, hi Teresa! How are you? I miss you so much. Miss you. Let me go get my bobbin real quick. This should be my last bobbin for the quilt. Yay! I kind of cheated too because I already had a bobbin with this color wound, and I didn't. Okay, so I have, I think it's like Tabriz Orchid. I don't know how to say it. I have one color on my top and a different color on the bottom, and I would have matched them, but I already had a bobbin like full of a very, 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 very similar color. So I was like, you know what? We're just gonna go for it. So the top and bottom threads are just slightly different from each other. You could barely tell. One is like just a hint more pink, and the top is more purple. No one's ever gonna know. It looks fine. The fact that they're so similar, it's not showing in like the tension or in the stitches or anything. But I just cheated. I cheated. I didn't feel like wasting thread or taking out a whole bobbin. So that's what I did. I've been trying to play with thread a little bit more. I'll show you in a second. Hold on. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a minute. Let me advance this puppet. I have not been basting this one either. The girl that sends me these, the first one she sent, I was like, oh Lord, like I'm not sure if this is gonna be straight at all. She's like, oh, don't worry about it. I never square anything up at all, and I really don't care. So I really like quilting for her because she does not care. She does not care. I try to pick very like organic, flowy pantographs, so you cannot even tell. And using the glide foot is great because it doesn't catch on anything. I've got this row and a half more row to go. Alright. Okay, so what I was talking about is on this quilt, I used two different ones. Hi, Amy! I used two different colors, but you can't tell. So I'm kind of playing with thread, kind of not. I'm trying to do different colors, but also I'm kind of scared. So they're like pretty similar, just in case it goes terribly and I don't want to seam rip. So on this top one, I did like a, you're not going to be able to tell, but I did like a flamingo pink. If you are a glide user, go check out your flamingo. So there's the flamingo. And then on the back, I used the Hope pink, which is just bright neon pink. Let me actually go get the spools just to show you. And maybe you'll be able to see the subtle difference, but that is what I did on this quilt. I thought it'd be cool to try something different, but I'll show you on here which ones those are. On the quilt, you can't really tell. Sorry, this is like really close and personal. On the quilt, you can't really tell, but when you look at them on the spool, you can kind of see. Now that I'm looking at it on the screen, maybe you can't. But this is the flamingo. This is what I used on the top, and then this is the Hope, and this is like the neon pink. And so let me take this off. Do you see how different those are? Ended up working really well on the quilt. I don't think you can really tell enough to make it like a fun experiment, but yeah, I've been trying to try new things with the thread on my quilts. I don't do that on other people's quilts. I play by the rules. I keep it safe. If I do a quilt for someone and I'm like, hey, do you want me to go basic with your thread color or play around? Sometimes I get an adventurous quilter. Sometimes they're like, no, just gray. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But on my own, I like to play a little bit. So that is going. That is a really pretty design. You can kind of see it peeking on the backing that's rolled on the bar. It's really, really pretty. I cannot wait to get photos of it outside tomorrow in the sunlight. Okay. I'm going to plug in my iron and get going. Good to see you, Beth. Looking great. Oh, thank you so much. I'm feeling more like myself every day, but also feeling more brain dead every day. Sometimes. All right. Louise turned that off earlier, I guess. All right, let's do some sewing. We're just going to chain sew these clues together. We're making 8 identical blocks, so they couldn't have made it any easier. I'm going to take my top fabric, and I'm just going to keep going on one side and then go on the other side when I'm done. How has everybody's weekend been? Aren't those colors so fun? Amy always sends the prettiest quilts my way. It's not Amy Chapman, though she sends fantastic quilts, or she has sent really pretty quilts my way. This is another Amy out in Canada, and she makes beautiful quilts and shares them on Instagram. Her name is Amy Robertson, so if you're on Instagram and you want to check out some really fun, bright, colorful quilts, definitely check out her Instagram. She is such a sweetheart. She's from Canada. She has triplets, which is really cool. I couldn't imagine having triplets. She is a mama of 4, so she gets it. She gets it. It feels weird sewing down here after I've been sewing in the kitchen for a while. Busy color fun run with kids, then softball game for 1. Oh, that sounds awesome. Was it hot today where you're at? It was like 90 degrees over here. Oh my goodness. It was supposed to storm today. And this morning it did look like it maybe would have rained. But then it was like, nah, not feeling it. It did not rain. Which I feel gypped. I love a good rain. And every time in this past week or so that it said that it was going to rain, it ends up not raining. So, color me disappointed. Working on my first legit kits pattern. Ooh, Lucy Lou. I don't think I've seen that one before. That's exciting. Let me know how it goes. Everyone is doing legit kits now, which is so cool. It's a great company. Let me get my snips real quick. Everyone is doing it, and I think it's so great. Mike is such a great guy. Great company to support. You can tell he's so passionate about what he's doing. And he's doing a damn good job. So it's cool to see. Now I could probably chain piece all of these, but I'm going to do each block just so I don't mess up. Lucy Lou is the donkey. Oh, cute! Is that the smaller sized one as well? Like it's a, yeah, wall hanging, like you said. Beautiful high 60s. Ooh, that sounds awesome. Yeah, I think 60s, 70s, that's the best right there. That's it if it's not raining. But if it's raining, that's the best. It doesn't get any better than that. I'm so excited for this. Just seeing all of my blocks up on the design wall, like, I can't believe it's going to be a quilt soon. It better happen soon because I'm running out of space. Better get these blocks put together here. Yeah, I think after I iron these, I'm just going to chain sew all of them at once. And then iron them all at once, and then chain sew them all at once. Just to be more efficient. You never know when baby Archie's going to realize that mom's not near. And this long arm is so loud, I can't hear anything. Okay. Let's get these put together. Okay, so now I'm going to put the other side on. Hi, Donna. How are you? I'm working my way through all the different pattern designers. Did a Pride and Joy wall hanging a couple weeks ago. Any recommendations for the next designer? Christine, have you heard of Tamara Kate? I believe I want to say she's in Canada. She might not be in Canada. I think she's in Canada, but she's not Canadian. I think she's Latin American. Doesn't matter, but she has beautiful patterns, and I have several of hers. I just haven't done them yet, but those are like on my bucket list for FPP. She recently just had a sale too. I wish I would have talked to you about it. It just ended, I believe. She had like a 20% off deal on all of her patterns. But oh my god, they are freaking gorgeous. And she also has her own fabric, and she mocks up her patterns using her own fabric, and it is just stunning. So you have to go check out Tamara Kate. I can get her website actually on here. Starting to feel better, babe. It's been a week of, oh my goodness, sick. No! Is it the vid? What do you have? Her fabric, I just got a bundle of her fabric. Here, there's the link for you, Christine. Let me go get that real quick. Hold on. So I have been like drooling over her fabric for quite some time. My fabric, or my local quilt shop, does not carry it. I really wish she would. I did like do some like hinting. I sent Patty some videos the other day of Tamara's recent fabric collection that she's going to launch in a little bit. This is an older one. It's so pretty. I love her color palette that she chooses. And she always has like really cute designs on here. Always very like nature-y, but vibrant. I don't want to open it. I don't want to open it to show you. But if you go on her website with that link that I just sent, you can check out her fabric as well. But do look at her patterns and tell me which one's your favorite. I think I have the moth one, the beetle, and the hand. Those are the ones that I have. She's come out with a ton since then. She even has one that her child made, and it's like right brain, left brain. It's really cool. That would be a really fun one to make. I don't believe it's FPP though. I think that one is traditionally pieced. But really cool concept. That would be a really fun traditionally pieced quilt to make if you were to make one. I have the brain pattern. I remember, I feel like a long time ago we talked about the brain pattern. I feel like this was like a year ago. I swear we talked about this. So you have the brain pattern. Maybe you just didn't remember Tamara's, her FPP ones. But if I were to do a big FPP, a big scaled one, that's what I would do. What Pride and Joy did you do? Did you do the lion? I have a few of hers that I would love to do. Hi Beth and everyone. I hope everyone had a great day. I hope you got to feeling better, Donna. Today at least I'm not green. No. So like puking sick probably. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's awful. How's Joe doing? Is he sick too? He better be taking care of you. Just kidding. I know he's taking care of you. I did the Memories one of Colorado. She designed it for the pink door. Okay. That's a really cool one. Isn't that like, kind of has a skyline? Done in like purples and everything. I mean, all of her stuff has purple, but it's a really pretty like sunset. I have her hat one, like the woman with the hat, and you just see part of her face. And I want to do the lion one time. There's so many ones that you want to do, right? So many. We all need to, that's what we should do. We should do for next year. We should start compiling our lists for 2024 and do a quilt bucket list. And we maybe try to limit it to like maybe 15 quilts that are on our bucket list of things that we want to complete during that year. And then whoever like completes the most of their list gets a prize. How fun would that be? Also, it'd be a great way to hold each other accountable, but also, not that everyone needs an accountability partner. Sometimes we're so busy making stuff for other people, because that's what quilters do, that you forget to make the ones that you want to make for yourself. So maybe if we did a bucket list, you would make the ones that you want to make, if you have problems with that kind of stuff. I get distracted. I see like squirrel and I'm like, then I think back and I'm like, dang it, I want to make that one. I want to make that one. I want to make that one, and then I never get it done. And the bucket list could be whips or UFOs as well. Like whatever, whatever number, 15, 20 quilts that you would like to complete. What if we made a list and we had like a challenge of some sort and like a check-in of some sort and also like a reward of some sort for anyone participating? I would love to do that. I need an accountability partner. I need to stop adding projects to my bucket list. See, if we were rewarding everyone for completing ones on the bucket list, on an established bucket list, wouldn't that be awesome? Then at the end of the year, you can make your list for the next year. and not feel guilty for moving on to other things. My mom's FaceTiming me. So, yeah, I think we should do it. I think we should do it. Putting $10 in the bucket, and whoever wins gets money. Hey, wouldn't that be fun? Bonus points. Bonus points. What if we made it even more fun? Bonus points if you use fabric in your stash. You don't have to use fabric in your stash, but bonus points if you do. Because also I think some of us need some accountability there. If we're being honest with ourselves and each other, maybe we make it a challenge or just an added reward for working out of your stash. So I have 8 of these little guys. I'm just ironing them. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I have magic hands right here. Magic hands. I have one partial row left on that quilt, so I might as well go set it up so it can be done. Great ideas. I love the, ooh yeah, the snake one. Isn't that cute? And the ibis, yes. Let me know if you make one. Let me know if you make one because I think they're gorgeous. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this bundle, but it'll be beautiful. Whatever it is. Let's see, which one's my favorite? Oh my gosh, I just love her color palette. I really do think it kind of reminds me of Gingerbread, her illustration style, just a little bit. There's more of like a different type of flair to it, but for some reason, I think I gravitate towards her fabric because the illustrations are similar to Gingerbread, but her color palette is very different. So, oh my gosh, look at this, it's so pretty. Look at that design on that blue. Oh my goodness. It's so fun. So fun. Okay, let's do this last row. Alright, I am going to have to move it up a little bit. should have basted the last row just to make sure it stays and it doesn't come up. But it's okay. It's okay. I might just stand here for this last row just to make sure it goes all accordingly. I have plenty of stash to accomplish making all the current quilts on my... Yes, you do. Hi, Janine. Oh, well, thanks for stopping by. I've got a client quilt. It's a really pretty heart quilt, and I'm putting some fun feathery flowers on it. As you can see, I did not baste it as I went. There are no rules on this quilt. She is one that just does not care, and so it's actually kind of fun to just go for it. It's awesome. I think it looks really good. You can't really tell, but once it's off the frame, tomorrow I'm going to get some pictures of it. I hope I can get, maybe we can put it up to a vote. Maybe we can put it up to a vote. The other one I have to figure out the backing, so maybe we don't put it up to a vote and I just quilt that purple one that I did. It looks so good. But I'm just standing here because I did not baste my bottom row. Even though I have my glide foot on, I just want to make sure that the fabric doesn't shift or anything on itself while it's sewing. So, yeah, I probably could have done that, at least. But, look at the back. Do you see the back bar? Hold on. There we go. That's so pretty. So pretty. I'm just going to keep saying that it's so pretty. That's what I'm going to do. I should be sewing my clue together, and I'm standing over here by the long arm. It's almost done, though. It's almost done. We can sew together those clues lickety-split and be completely fine. We are in no hurry. I would rather stand here than have to unpick any craziness. It's probably really loud for you guys. Sorry. So the next quilt that I want to load, hopefully this week. So this one is going to be a present for a baby shower. It is Anna Maria Horner vessel fabric from a layer cake that I had. My sister-in-law gifted me this for Christmas, and so I made it into a quilt using the Fun with Scraps book. It's a new book from Catherine that's only fabric and thread or something like that, and it's such a fun pattern. I want to make this quilt again with another layer cake. I don't know what layer cake, but it was so fun. And I think the Anna Maria Horner is just busy enough for it to totally work and not have to worry about direction and any of that. So I need to get this quilted. The baby shower is the beginning of June, so I have to get some backing for this. I'm thinking the really cool cone flower print, my favorite from Anna Maria, as the backing would be kind of fun. And then the one that I want to do next after this one is this really pretty quilt. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you saw it. I just finished it. It's huge. There's a lot of flying geese, and it's using that Pansies Posies fabric from Robin Pickens. It's so pretty. The pattern is called Gaining Altitude from White Cotton Quilts. It's so pretty, and I think I'm gonna do some really pretty like feathers probably. I kind of have an idea of what I want to do, but we'll see. It might change. So these are the ones that I need to quilt, and then I showed you this one. I need to bind this one, and then I have this one as well that I need to bind. It's just like either a wall hanging or a baby quilt kind of size. So that's what I've got on my to-do list. That's what I've got. While also babysitting this. Oh my gosh, this texture is just amazing. I love it. Thank you, Susie. Thank you. So I have those, and then for piecing, I will be piecing this picnic quilt from Cluck Cluck Sew. I'm making a throw size with Halloween fabric, and that will be a quilt shop sample. So I'm just starting. I think I have about 3 more fabrics to iron, and then I'll start cutting them. I want to have all of my pieces cut and organized before the week starts, so that throughout the week, like during nap time, bedtime, I've been like sewing when they're eating, like breakfast, get like 10-15 minutes while they're eating, just here and there, and that's how I've been able to get stuff done here and there. So yeah, I need to get that pieced, and let's see, cotton cuts, that's going. I'm in 2 quilting bees now. I already got my blocks done and sent out, but I've been just trying to get back into the groove of things. I might not be super active on here as I once was, but I'm hopefully getting back to that point and getting on whenever I can. There's just always something going on. It's very busy over here. And for some reason, I feel like if it's busy, I might as well add just an ungodly amount of things to my schedule. But it's kind of probably my way of forcing myself back into it, you know? Whee! I'm so excited to photograph this tomorrow. Okay, and another fun thing. So we went to Sam's, and for a long time, when I send my quilts back to clients, I put it in this sounds so bad, but I put it in a brand new scented trash bag because I don't want it to get wet, and I seal it and everything and make sure that it's like, safe from the elements. But I just didn't love the idea of like sending quilts in trash bags. That's so lame. So we got some saran wrap at Sam's. It's just a giant roll of it. And I have my first client quilt that's going to be sent back. Sorry, that's really, really obnoxiously bright. I have my first one, and it's all wrapped up, and it's not in a trash bag, and it's safe, and I feel like it just looks so much better, and it'll fit in a box so much easier without having to like get the air out and everything. So that's really exciting. I'm really happy. I feel like that's such like a small business thing where you're like, I got saran wrap. Yay! You guys are probably like, God, she's lost it. She's lost it. We've officially lost Beth. It's the small things, guys. It's the small things. I think this is probably going to be okay if I leave it, but I'm scared too at the same time. Because that one time you walk away, that's when your worst fear is going to happen. I should have basted the bottom row, guys. Should have basted it, and then we would have been fine, but we're just going to be safe. Since I was lazy, this is my punishment. I have to stand here and make sure it doesn't get jacked up. I feel like we need to dance. My allergies have been so stinking bad lately. The roof of my mouth constantly itches. I don't know if anyone else has that, but it's terrible. It's terrible. We're so close. We're so close, and then I'll actually get back to sewing what I need to be working on. I probably already could have been done with another set of 8 at least. I guess I'll just sit here and chat with you guys while it does this last row, and then we will go finish our cotton cuts. I'm going to try and move my big old head so it covers that light and you don't have to look into it. There we go. How has everyone been? How is life? I feel like I've just been totally in my own world lately for the past 2 months. 2 months. That's wild. Let's see if I missed any comments. Tell hubby what smoothie we are making. Oh, I missed that, Amy. Any smoothie that we want. Oh, good that Joe's not sick and he's taking care of you. That's good. All right. Well, we are just going to awkwardly sit here together, everybody, and wait for this row to go down. Oh, man. Let's see. What can we talk about? I think that I would like to get a new unit for right here. I have too much fabric in there, and I don't like the way that it's stored, and I don't like that I don't see it. I would like to get one that is clear, that still closes, so it's like safe, but clear to where I can see what's in there, and I don't forget about stuff. Because I feel like if I see my fabric more, I'm going to be like, oh, I'm going to use that, you know? So, yeah. Thinking about it, but probably not going to do that. Bookshelves are so expensive. And, yeah, I need to just make it work with what I've got. But I've been thinking about it. I've been looking at the Facebook Marketplace to see if there are any good deals. But, what else can we talk about? We're almost done. We're almost done. Alright. We have one more partial row, and it's literally just that much, like every other design, every other portion. So it shouldn't take that long. It's just a tiny, tiny portion. Let's finish it. I think the best part as a long armor, the best part is when you get that last row done and then you can go get your scissors and you can cut it off the frame. It's like that victory lap. It's amazing. You get all of the endorphins and everything. I have IKEA Billy bookcases with glass upper doors. Do you like it? Those have so much storage. Like that's the kind that I would want, I think, because there's so many shelves. I would want a glass cover. I don't want the kids just walking up and taking stuff out, or the dog like walking. Because look, there's our armoire, and then there's the door to the outside. So, I don't want all of my stuff like exposed. What if he shakes around and there's like a particle of mud that gets off of him? How dare it go on my Tula fabric? You know what I mean? So I think that's the type that I would want. But they're so expensive. Even used, they're ridiculous because people love them, I guess. But we'll see. Maybe one day. I don't need it right now. I'm just thinking about it. Just thinking. Do, 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 do. We're almost to the end. I love my bookcases. Yeah, my armoire, I don't know. Maybe my problem is I just have too much. I need to just use the fabric that's in it. Because you remember I used to say, once it doesn't fit in there, I need to stop buying fabric. And now I'm like, let's get a new bookshelf. Typical quilter. Am I right? Oh my gosh, I love it. Gotta get the photos, right? I like to get them on the frame, especially with like the light, because it shows the textures so well. Sometimes when you take it outside, like if the lighting's not just right or it's like super windy, sometimes you don't get the texture in the photo. But I find when it's on the frame and you've got that really, really bright light, you can see all of that quilting so well. So I try to get photos of it before I take it off, just so that I can like build my portfolio. You gotta get good photos. It's essential. I'm telling you. Okay, best part coming right here. Boop, boop, boop. Gotta clear all. I guess I should probably cut my thread, right? I always get so excited. I forget to cut my thread. Cut with these obnoxious batting scissors. Okay, let's take it off the frame. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hopefully you can see this as I take it down. All right, are you ready? Oh my goodness. Look at that texture. Okay, one more photo and then I'm going to take it completely off. I promise. Okay, I lied. A few more photos. Bum, bum, bum. I wish my ironing board was not over there. Really killing the aesthetic. Okay. Cutting it off. This way it's ready for pictures tomorrow. I'm going to cut it the first time off of the batting and then cut it again and trim it down a little with that extra batting. That way I can use the scrap batting. Alright, over here. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful! Alright, let's see if you can see the back. You can kind of see it. That's cool. It's transparent! You can see it from the underneath. Also, at Long Arm Club today, the instructor showed me a different way. Well, she showed all of us. But she showed her method of loading her quilt backing, and it blew my mind. And so I loaded my backing differently for this quilt. And I'm not sure I'm ever going to go back to the other method that I was doing, because that was really nifty. See, this is my problem. I get so excited to cut it off the frame. I cut it off the frame, and then I leave all the other stuff on the frame for a little bit. But here is the quilt. It's so pretty. This is the quilting on the back. There you go. I hope she loves it. I know she's going to love it. I sent her some photos, and she was like, ah! It's so awesome! I'm probably going to lay it back on. Well, no, I'm probably not going to load a quilt tonight. Probably not going to. I'm going to get my cotton cuts done, and then I'll piece my backing tomorrow, load it tomorrow, quilt it tomorrow. I'm going to lay this on the frame so that it doesn't get all wrinkly or creased, so that I can get some good crisp photos of it tomorrow out in the sun. And I'm going to shut this down. And then I'll take everything off this tomorrow. It's like my least favorite part now. I hate having to take all of the extra tidbits off. Alrighty. Okay. Machine is off. Quilt is ready for photos tomorrow. Austin's gonna love going out there with me. I always have to force him to go do it. I think it's like his least favorite part of me being a quilter. I think he would rather me ghost shop at the quilt shop every day than have to go take quilt photos with me outside. Okay, let's get these done. Back to the original thing that we were doing tonight. Our cotton cuts. To be fair, that quilt was on the frame before I started this. I wanted to get it done before going to bed. Nobody likes doing a quilt and then having to leave it and then come back and then set it all up again. Nobody likes that. Nobody wants to do that. We want to just get it all done. Get it all done in one go. We are changing. Thank you, Crystal. Yeah, she did a fantastic job. She always just does an amazing job with picking like these lively, colorful had like these fabrics and then putting them all together. I love her fabric pulls. Every time she makes a quilt, she does something like unexpected. For her, it's expected because you expect it from her. You don't expect it from anybody else. Like the first couple times you see her quilts, you're like, oh my god. And they're just, oh my gosh, they're so stunning. And so it's been really cool to be able to work on her quilts because I admire her work so much. And I've followed her on Instagram for quite some time. So I've like been a fangirl for a while. And now like I get to work on her quilts. That is special. That is really, really special. I had to leave for a little while. Is there a pattern to your quilt you had on the long arm? There probably is. Let me look. She does a really good job at posting all of her. You're asking the quilt pattern, right? Correct? Not the pantograph. You want the quilt pattern. Let me look. Let me look. Let me look. Let me look. Looking in, looking in. Not that one. This one is a different one. I have 2 heart quilts from her that the other one's already packaged up and everything. I don't think I got pictures of that one outside. We will be getting a picture of this one outside. Let me tell you that. Austin, if you're watching, we're going outside tomorrow. We're taking photos. This pattern seems to be hiding on here. It must be an older one that she did. Having a hard time finding it. Where is it? Where is her quilt? Where is it? It's gonna smack me in the face. It's gonna just pow. Here I am. Oh my gosh, I just love her work. I love her quilts. It's really hard to find though because they're all very bright and colorful. You're trying to find the bright and colorful one that is on the frame. I must be getting close. This must be an older one that she did a while ago. Oh, okay. This is called Pattern by the lovely Tied with a Ribbon. It's from Jemima Flint. 2 Hearts Quilt. 2 Hearts Quilt by Jemima Flint. She goes as tiedwitharibbon.com. So if you go to tiedwitharibbon.com, I can find you the link. Let me sew this real quick, and then I will get you the link if you want it. Okay, of course this isn't going to line up. There we go. Of course, as I'm like, okay. Tiedwitharibbon.com shop. We probably want a PDF pattern, and you want this one. Oh, I added it to cart. Whoopsie whoops. Copy. There it is. Alrighty. There we go. Promise I can figure it out. Hi all, catching up on paperwork. Hi Lori. How are you? Paperwork sounds fun. What kind of paperwork? Alright, let's cut
These snips suck. Not because they like suck, because it's just because I've used these so much. I think these were the ones that I got when I first started sewing. I need to like sharpen them or something. They're kind of finicky. We will iron these once we get through these. Boring year end of tax stuff. Fun. Yeah, that sounds kind of boring. It depends on who you are. Austin loves that kind of stuff. Oh, he texted me. Aww. Aww. He sent me videos of some old photos of Louise dancing when she was just a little baby. Aww. You forget they're that little. I can't believe she was that little. Oh, those are so good. Little Louise. She was so little. You forget they were that little, and then you look back at a photo or a video, and your heart breaks a little bit. Oh man, got me in my feelings, Austin. Don't be sending me sentimental videos while I'm sewing. I'm gonna cry. More like, don't send me sentimental videos while I'm sewing on a live. I would gladly watch these and cry down here if I wasn't on a video. Little Lou was so little. She's not so little anymore. She is just a freaking riot, though. Oh my gosh. That girl. Wow. She is a lot. Alright. Ow! I got all of my one side added on. Going to cut them apart. Cut them apart. And now I'm going to iron them all at once. Hi, Crystal. Sorry I'm cooking dinner, so not in chat much, but I'm listening. Oh, no worries. I'm just glad to have you on here and have you hanging out. I miss you so much. I know it's my fault that I miss you so much. You're probably like, well, where you been? I'm sorry. But I do miss you. What are you cooking for dinner? What's for dinner? That's the big question. Good night, Christine. Hopefully, I'm going to try maybe like once a week or something. At least you know I'm going to be on for the Cotton Cuts clues, and they did ask me if I would be interested in doing the next round of Puzzle Mystery Quilt, so there's at least another good opportunity for me to come on live and work on these clues with you all. It's nice to be like on here again. It's nice. Okay, let's iron these. I know you can't see my little ironing board over here. Like I said, some of my stuff's upstairs. My cordless iron's upstairs. So I have this Oliso iron out of there. Pizza yummy with fresh sliced tomatoes. Oh goodness, that sounds delicious. No pineapple, right? As soon as you put pineapple on there, Teresa, it ruins a good pizza. Please tell me that you don't have pineapple going on there. Woo! There's one. Now we're gonna iron these open. What are you making tonight, Beth? I am working on clue number 4 for Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt. I am working on the Sweet William large quilt, and so my clue is making 8 of these like flying geese blocks this month. Let me pull it up so you can see. So I am making 8 of these. And so right now I'm chain sewing them and ironing them open, and then I'm going to do the right side of the flying geese, sew them all together, and then I'm going to chain sew all of the 8 blocks. I don't know where I'm going to put all of the 8 blocks because my design wall is literally packed full of blocks right now. I either have to take down my FPP stuff or take down the Puzzle Mystery Quilt blocks. And I honestly feel like even if I take down the FPP stuff with 6 more months to go, I'm not going to have room for any more of the PMQ up there. So I don't know. I might have to either make another design wall going down the hallway and like putting some blocks in there, or find a new home for these blocks. There's just no room. There's too many things. I miss you too. I know life is busy with all of your littles. Yes. But Austin starts kindergarten in a couple months. Addie starts kindergarten in a couple months, and God, I can't believe we're already here. I cannot believe that he's already going to be in school, but gosh, he needs it. We need it. We're excited. We're scared. We're all the things. He's excited. He's scared. He's nervous. I don't know. I don't know what mom I'm going to be. I think, like, thinking about it, I'm so mixed with, like, being sad but excited. I think I'm more scared. I just want him to, like, be happy. I want him, and that's what every mom wants. You know, it's scary sending them out into the world. You want them to be treated right and loved by others, and you don't want them bullied. You don't want them picked on. You don't want them, like, to feel alone or scared or any of that. And so, like, that's my biggest fear. I want him to go to school and make friends and have fun and learn and love it, you know? I don't want him to have a bad experience. So I just think it's hard for me to think of him, like, losing his innocence, because I don't think he thinks the world is a mean place or a scary place. And I feel like all of those realizations are about to come, whether it be in kindergarten or a couple years down the line. It's just kind of hard to, like, see that train coming, and you know, you hope that it doesn't come. You hope that everything is peachy keen, but you know that there's going to be a day where a kid's gonna be mean to him or say something mean, or he's gonna have a bad day, and it's gonna change his perspective on the world. And then he won't be my sweet little 5-year-old, innocent, trusting, 100% trusting of the world kid anymore. He's gonna be grown a little bit more. I don't know. I'm just like rambling right now, but those are my feelings. Those are my feelings about it. As much as it is good for him, it is also very scary. We never did daycare or anything, so this is big. It's big. But anyway, I went into this tangent because once he's in school, I'm gonna have a little bit more time to do all the things. Plus, we've been doing play dates again. I made a mom friend, so I have a mom friend again, and that is amazing. She has 3 littles, and we've gone to the zoo. We've gone to the petting zoo. We've done several play dates. So that's been really fun. It's been really good for me to like socialize again because, you know, I'm not on here. Like that was a lot of my socialization outside of toddlers and family was coming on here and talking with all of you guys, all my friends, and, you know, having a baby and not being on here and not being able to do those things. I feel like it can get lonely. And so it's great. I made a friend. Our kids are roughly the same age. It's amazing. They get along really well. Me and the mom get along really well. We have similar like values and we parent similarly. She's a better cook than me. I am no Betty Crocker. I will sew a quilt, but I cannot make a good 5-course meal. She is a baker. She bakes too. You don't want me to try and bake. You don't want me to go there. You do not want me to try and bake you something. That's for sure. She's also a painter. She's a really great artist, and she told me that she would never be able to learn how to sew because a sewing machine scares her. And I said, you sound ridiculous. Anyone can learn to sew. So, she's going to teach me how to bake. I'm going to teach her how to quilt. I think that's a fair trade-off, don't you think? No pineapple. Whew, thank God. Carnival, it is fun. They are asking us to help name the colorways. Ooh. I just saw that post today on Facebook. I guess I misread it because there was like teacups and then there was cotton candy. I swear, some things you really have to spell out for me these days or it's just straight over my head. Taking a break from the tiger quilt today and got a quilt done on the long arm. Yay! That sounds fun. Of course, did you do your free motion magic? How's the tiger going? Thank you. How's the tiger going? I saw Donna posted on Facebook earlier today her tiger. Are you doing the same tiger? That thing looks intense. I'm assuming that is a violet craft. I don't know how Donna does all the quilts that she does. My God, that woman just like keeps going and going and going and going and going. She has like 10 projects lined up before you even know it. It amazes me. Amazes. She's always working on something. I'm like out of breath just thinking about it. I I feel like maybe I've committed to a bit. I have a lot of things on my plate, and I'm trying to like get better at like limiting myself, but also like not doing a great job of that. Because I want to do all the things. So I signed up for all the things. I just signed up for Amy, if you're still on here. I just signed up for the Tula Pink Flying Geese swap that was announced on Instagram. If you saw that, you should do it. Great way to use those Tula scraps. It is a Violet Craft pattern. That's what I thought. She has her own like style. You can always tell what is a Violet Craft pattern versus Pride and Joy versus, I feel like that's kind of what makes people successful is when they can like have their own vibe, their own aesthetic. Like a legit kit pattern, you know when that's a legit kit. When you see a Violet Craft, you know that's a Violet Craft. When you see Pride and Joy, you know that that's a Pride and Joy. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I think that's why they're so successful. They've done a really great job at branding, and they have like stuck in their artistic niche of color palettes, illustration style. It's amazing. I don't know how that's even possible. It makes me think of music. Like, how many songs are there and people are still making music? That's what I think about quilts. Like, how many quilt patterns has there been made or thought up of, and there's still brilliant quilts being made and thought up of, you know? You're getting my late night rambles tonight, I'm telling you. Yeah, she was asking for name suggestions, and I said Shere Khan from Jungle Book. Duh. I can't keep up with Donna. I don't even know how that woman does it. Like, what is she eating? What is she drinking? Like, what is in her diet? Like, I need to know. These are the things that we need to know, everyone. If we want to, like, have the energy, I want to have that energy and ambition that she has. I'm sure even while she's sick, she's doing something. I don't think she knows how to rest. She's like, what is rest? That is for weak people. I just go. She's full of energy and talent. Cannot believe how far she's come in FPP. It's such a small time, like less than a year. That's amazing. I'm excited for the line work quilt that Becca's sending my way. I have an idea of what I want to do, but I don't know. I think it just depends. I'm going to have to see the quilt in person. I have a pattern that I really, really like. I love. I kind of love it. I've seen it before and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do that on my graphic jam block of the month. Whenever that gets done, Amy, I know you're sitting there like, oh, don't even talk about that quilt. You haven't even worked on it in forever. But whenever it does get done, the backing of that quilt is going to be the skunk print from the line work collection. And I found a pantograph on Urban Elements that is like a dead ringer for that skunk. I'm telling you, it is like the same. So I don't know. I'm definitely going to put that on my quilt, but maybe not Becca's quilt. Becca's quilt is going to get like over-analyzed because I'm not going to pick just any pantograph. It's got to be perfect. So the pressure is on. Pressure is on. Got to make it perfect. Don't even get me started talking about thread color, okay? Don't even get me doing it. I'm going to just go on this tangent again. I I want to do something neon because it would pop on that black so well, but then you don't want to take away from the piecing, and the neon might be too distracting, so we're just going to have to see. We're just going to have to see. It's always different when you have the quilt sitting right in front of you, and you can like lay those threads out. You can get those pantographs kind of set up on the screen and, you know, look it over a little bit. It's always different versus just looking at it online. So I'm really excited to play with it. Okay, so here's what we've got. We've got 8 of these, and what we're going to do is stack them like that. So there's 8 of these. And then there's this, and then, whoops, flip them like that. And so it's upside down. Whee! That is what we are going to be making. We're going to be making 8 of those. And I'm going to double check to make sure that I have them in the right, proper place. Because let me tell you, I've been having some dates with the seam ripper. So yesterday when I was working on that purple, green, white quilt last night, got it all sewn together, was going to go take it out for pictures, and I sent a picture to Austin's aunt because she was talking to me about a cave quilt that she was working on, and I was kind of helping her with that. These are upside down. I was helping her with that, and then I sent her a picture of the quilt that I was doing, and I realized that my flying geese were going in the wrong direction. They were flying east. They should have been flying west. And so I was like, crap. And I had already put on the borders and everything. And I was like, oh man, I'm going to have to like do some crafty seam ripping, like where you do all those partial seams and you get in there and then you try to get it back in there. All I had to do was rotate the block. Thank goodness. When I first looked at it, I was like, dang it, I'm going to have to take the block apart even more. But by the time I got it out, I was like, oh, I just have to rotate it and the geese will all be going the right way and the pieces are correct. So I had that. And then the other night I was working on some bee blocks for the quilting bee that I'm in. And I was trying to rush really, really fast because Archie was starting to stir a little bit and he was getting hungry. And so I'm like upstairs in the kitchen, like sewing really, really fast, trying to get it done. And it's a very simple block. It's pretty simple. Let's see. Let me get the picture. I don't know how many of y'all are on Instagram. I know some people just aren't Instagram people. But I made these blocks for my quilting bee. And I'm like starting to get a little bit frazzled. I'm like, okay, Archie's ready to eat. It's time. It's time. I need to get these done. And relieve Austin a bit because he doesn't have the goods. He can't feed Archie. So I get them sewed together and then I realize that my dark blocks were in the wrong spot. And I'm like, dang it! I have to seam rip again! So yeah, I've had some dates with the seam ripper lately, alright? Alright, I'm not too proud to admit it. Yeah, it has not been a good time for accurate sewing. Let's just say that. You get so frazzled. I mean, at least I do. I get so frazzled and I feel like you get so much time in between all the other things that you're doing. And I feel like I do have to like sneak in that time. But then when you're like in that mode, you just make stupid mistakes. My gosh. Love your late night rambles. Well, thank you. That makes me feel better. I'm back to listen while I change the sheets on the bed. I want to see neon. I think 8 would be cool, like a neon. Ooh. And yes, I'm listening and waiting for BYOBOM to return. Heck yes. Of course, Cuts is technically a BOM, so it's BYOBOM right now. But without Heather, it's not the same without Heather. It's not BYOBOM without her and her sick tunes and her like quirky sass, quick wit. I love her. I love her so much. She should be visiting. Next month, but she won't be. Whitney is coming out, which I'm so excited. I wish they both could come and experience Kansas City and like come hang out. But yeah. Sorry, this got mixed up. But I was so excited. I wanted her to come out too. They both treated me and like showed me around Austin last summer. It was so amazing. I can't believe I was like super early pregnant with Archie. I don't even know how pregnant I was. Pregnant enough. Hopefully I can get back out there again sometime. And I hope Whitney has a good time while she's out here. I hope she has a good time. I feel like it's going to go really fast. But I do need to get the graphic jam quilt going again. Dang it, I've been like dreaming about this quilt. Do you guys ever go to bed and you just can't turn your brain off? And then that one quilt or that one project that maybe you abandoned, or maybe it's on your bucket list, or maybe like maybe I'm just a bit insane, but sometimes I think about quilts at night and I can't go to sleep. And the graphic jam is one that I think about, like, oh my gosh, if I could get that quilt done, it would probably be one of the prettiest quilts I've ever done in my entire life. It is such a great pattern. Fabric, duh. That fabric is gorgeous. But sometimes I stay up late at night thinking about quilts. I think I've lost it, guys. Also, we had to get a new vehicle, which means we had to get new tags. And I've never had custom tags. We've always just done like the, regular. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last little video that I did, but we got custom tags, and my license plate, or our license plate, says Quilt Mama. So yeah, I think I've gone truly quilt crazy, y'all. I have a license plate that labels me as a quilter. So that's pretty much where we're at in life. That's where we're at. I can't wait to quilt my line work. Oh my gosh, you are going to do such a great job. I'm excited. I am excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. Do you have like an idea of what you're going to do, or does that just like come to you before you start? True, I miss Heather. Have you been seeing what she's doing? She's doing she did Cosmic Feathers from Tara Lee Quiltery, that new pattern. Oh my god. And she filmed all like 7 hours of it, and I believe it's on her YouTube right now. So, you might want to go look at that. I wake up way too early in the morning thinking about quilts. See, I'm not the only one. Chloe says I agree. I agree that we've lost our minds, or what? That you think about quilts at night. I'm just glad I'm not the only one. Thank you, Amy. Alright, so here's what they look like right now. Let's iron all of those, and then we'll sew the bottom portion. I'm not really good at following pressing directions, so I'm sure that's going to come to bite me in the butt when we come to put this all together. I remember Sean saying that they do such a great job at including the pressing directions, and it comes really in handy when you put them together. And here I am just pressing it willy-nilly. I am like pressing it consistently willy-nilly, if that makes it any better. Just doing what feels natural, okay? There are no rules in quilting. Can Cotton Cuts just cut all of my Flying Geese stuff from here on out? That quilt that I just did is like, I'm not even kidding, like 200 Flying Geese. And so many of them are missing their beaks. or part of their wings. But I did get a lot of practice in constructing them and trimming them. And so even though they're not perfect, there has been progress in the flying geese department over here in the past couple weeks. I've done hundreds of flying geese because not only did I do that pattern, but I also did a birthday quilt for my friend's 2-year-old. I made a pattern and I just totally jacked up the first set of flying geese. They were so terrible. And I was like, dang it, I messed them up beyond repair and had to go get different fabric and redo it all. So imagine the panic there. I was able to finish it. It's a miracle. We may have been an hour late to the party because I was binding it and quilting it that same day. I might have smelled a little bit bad because I didn't have room. I didn't have time to take a shower. We were already running late. So there's that. But it is what it is. He loves the quilt. But anyway, all that to say, I've had a lot of practice with flying geese. I had no idea how, terrible I was at them. I knew I hated them, but I never knew that I was, really bad at them. Maybe that's why I hated them. And so I had a lot of practice. I feel much better with doing them the 4th a time and trimming them with a regular ruler and how to sew them. I feel much better. Think about quilts. Okay, Chloe and Amy, you guys, you understand. We're in the same world then. I saw her Cosmic Feathers, very cool. I haven't watched her YouTube yet. Yeah, she did a very thorough video. She's another one of those, when she texts me and she sends the quilts that she's working on, I'm like, it's kind of like when you go to guild meeting and there's that show and tell and you just watch a room full of very talented people show off their quilts and you have a quilt with you and you were really proud of it and then you see other people's stuff and you're like, that's how I feel whenever Heather sends me stuff. I'm like, girl, can you just make one mediocre quilt please so that I can feel better? She is always making something above and beyond. I don't understand. I don't know where people get this inspiration from. Her one thing, one of the things that really, really I admire about her, and it's something that, if you're good at this as a quilter, you better believe I'm looking at you like you're a genius. You might as well be Einstein. When someone can do a genius fabric pull, I was just talking to my boss about this the other day. I was like, I really like bundles because and kits. We were talking about kits, how they were doing really well, and it's a lot of it is people don't want to go to the quilt shop and just agonize over picking fabric and pairing and coordinating and all of that. They don't want to have to do that. Maybe some people do because they're good at it, but most people, I like to think most people, that just sounds terrible because I'm not good at it. So when I see someone go to the quilt shop and just start pulling, fabric out, and it's not the same designer, it's not the same line, maybe it is the same line, and they're just pulling from different collections and they're coordinating stuff together that weren't in a bundle, that weren't made to be together, and it works well, consider my mind blown. Heather is one of those people when she pulls fabric and she sends a picture and it's just 20 fat quarters or bolts. She usually will show what she pulled at her quilt shop. I'm like, wow. To have a brain that works like that would be nice. I feel like I can do all right on a small scale, but the fact that she pulls so many fabrics together for her projects, and they look so dang good. One day, maybe. One day. But if you're good at that, there are people like me that are like, wow. We admire that skill because we don't possess that skill. That's why I like me a good bundle. The fabric designers do a great job at making all of the colors coordinate and all the things work, and you don't have to do anything. You don't have to think. You literally just have to go home and cut it up and do your thing, you know? I don't know. There's another ramble for you, Chloe, but that's how I feel. Heather's really good at that. Really, really good. Curated bundles. I can spend forever online, like on quilt shops, just looking at curated bundles. I don't buy them all. I just like seeing what people put together. Like, I think it's so cool what people pair up, because again, my mind just does not work like that. Make it easy for me, please. That's one of my favorite things about this puzzle mystery quilt, is that I just had to pick a colorway. They already did the hard work. They already picked the fabric. They already cut the fabric. You literally just have to follow directions and put them together. They could not have made it easier for us. All right, let's get our final iron. Boop. Let's see. I'm hoping to sandwich my Bargello tomorrow. Yeah! So I can get it quilted. Yay! What is her YouTube channel? I will go and I think it's Heather Joyce. I feel like I know her as creating quilts on Instagram, so it's always like whenever I think of her at YouTube, I just wish it was creating quilts so that it would just be the same thing, because then I wouldn't have to use my brain. So I'm going to look it up and send it to you. I've decided no more kits for me. I love picking my own fabrics for a project. Really? Yeah, I don't really... Do I have a kit? I don't think I've ever purchased a kit, but I'm a bundle person. Ta-da! There is what your clue number 4 for the large, Sweet William, but the large puzzle mystery quilt should look like. So this is what it is, and we make 8 of them. Heather J. Yeah, I thought it was Heather Joyce, but Heather J. Yes, that is correct. She needs to make it creating quilts, if that's even probably not available. 2. You should have 8 of these. It's easy to pick fabric. It's paying for it. That's the challenge. Love that, Susie. That's a good statement. That's a good statement. I like picking my own fabric. I feel like I do a decent job if it's all the same designer, because they make all of their colors and everything go together. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't done a great job at picking my own fabric lately. I've just become lazy. Because when I first started, I got like all of my fabric at Joann, and they don't really, they have bundles there, but when I would make like custom quilts or quilts for the kids, you had to go in there and pick your fabrics and everything. So I don't know. I'm just saying that there are some people who just mix things and they do the unexpected, and if I try to do something crazy and unexpected, it would just look like poop. I'm just gonna say it. It would look like poop. So I I really admire that in people who can do something out of the box and fun. And it all looks like cohesive and meant to be at the same time. I'm excited to see what this quilt ends up looking like. It's so cool to put together a mystery quilt because you don't know. Da, 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 da. Boom, boom, boom. We've got 8 of these. We finished. We also finished the quilt that was on the frame. Now, if I was super ambitious and maybe a little bit more energized than I am right now, I would probably cut my backing for that purple quilt that I want to quilt tomorrow, and I would piece it, and I would have it ready to go, and I might even lay it on the frame. I might not attach it. That's what I would do if I was in a more energized state than I am right now. What I can do is go grab the backing and lay it by my sewing machine and show you guys what it looks like. But I think I'm probably at a good stopping point for the night to go lay down and cuddle in bed. But let me show you the fabric real quick. So tomorrow's goals during nap time. I don't think we have anything else going on tomorrow. I have really bad allergies. Oh my goodness. My goals for tomorrow during nap time and bedtime, I want to get all of my fabric cut for that shop sample, and I want to get this quilt quilted, and I want to get photos of the quilt that I just quilted. I need to get photos of this and post it on Instagram, and then get the 2 quilts going out to Canada packaged and ready to be sent out. I think that's all. And then I'm going to be at like a good spot because I'll have my shop sample in the works. I'll have this quilted. I have stuff that I can bind, but those don't need to be done in any time, like any deadline, so I'm not too worried about it. This will be the backing. It's so freaking pretty. And this quilt I'm going to hang up on our wall. So we have a giant curtain rod in our living room now, and it will hold quilts. And so right now I have that Heartsy quilt from Cluck Cluck Sew that I did a few months back. And I think that this purple one that I just did, let me unplug my iron before I forget. This purple one that I just put together would be the perfect spring quilt to put up in the living room. So I'm going to switch them out. And maybe I do need to bind that pink one because I was thinking it would be really, really cute if we put the heart quilt in Zoe and Louisa's room and that other pink and purple one that I just did, if they were like both in there, because they're similar color palette, but they're different patterns and they're different. I don't know. I think it'd be cute in their rooms because they are both in big girl beds. Zoe's been in a big girl bed forever, but Louise got transitioned into one, and so it'd be cute if they had like matching-ish quilts. The other idea that I have is I have 2 matching jelly rolls, so I think it'd be cool to make them each a jelly roll race quilt so that they would have like quilts on their beds that match but are different. And maybe like bind them in a different color or do different backings so that they would know which one's which so that they don't fight. You gotta always think ahead to avoid violence with little kids. You always have to think ahead because if they were exactly the same, there would be problems. Let me tell you, if there would be problems, there'd be problems. So, yeah. Oh, nice. Not overly complicated except making the flying geese correctly. Not at all. Let me make sure that I did it correctly. Hold on. Let me make sure before we get going. Yes. Yes, we're accurate. Okay, yep, they're all identical. 8 of these. And I think I'm gonna have to store these in my little bucket because I do not have any more room on my design wall, and these are a good size to put in this bucket without them getting all wrinkled or folded over. So that's where they shall live for now. What else can I? Oh, before I go, I did make a bag, so I thought I just saw this the other day, or just when I turned around, so I thought I would show you. So I got this material at Guild meeting. They had a really cool thing where they had members of the Guild. You could buy a table and you could like de-stash and sell stuff. And the lady who had this booth, she's the one that wrote the pattern of Not Your Basic Blue Bag. That's the one that I made recently. If you follow me on Instagram, I share a lot of the stuff that I work on there, and also on Facebook. I think I only shared it on Facebook. But I made a Not Your Basic Blue Bag, and it was so cute, and I kind of was like, this is amazing, I want to make another one. So I was at the Guild meeting, and I saw this first, and I was like, oh my god, that is so me. Like, I just love this. I love tie-dye, I love color, I love just funkiness. So I was instantly just drawn to this. So I grabbed this, and then I was trying to find like a coordinating print at her table, and I saw this. How fun! So it's super colorful and quirky and fun, and so I think I'm going to make the medium size, and then this is the webbing, so the handle that's going to go with it. So I just have to like get this quilted, and then my mom also got some material the other day, so maybe I can get hers quilted too at like the same time-ish, and then get some bags made. So I'll share with you guys when I get these done what they look like, and maybe I'll post a picture of my other one on my community tab. Let me know in the comments, either in the live chat or once I'm off of here, if you're on Instagram, if you're not on Instagram. I just don't know, or maybe I'll do a poll. Maybe I'll do a poll and see how many of y'all are on Instagram and how many of you guys are just on YouTube. Because I feel like I post so much on Instagram that maybe you guys are like missing out on some of the stuff I'm working on because I don't come on here too often, as you know. And maybe I would post more on my community tab so that you guys could see what I'm working on and not feel like I'm like so MIA, because I don't want you to feel that way. I just share a lot more on Instagram because it's easier, it's more accessible, I feel like, for me, and I get my work done on there as well, so I'm always on it. So anyway, I'm not going to ramble anymore. I'm going to go lay down and enjoy my bed and get a nice glass of ice cold water, just like we used to do, and probably a snack. Just like we used to do, but I'm not like 9 months pregnant. I want a snack and cold water. So let me know when you're ready to learn zippers. No, Amy, I did get a pattern today. It was 80 cents. It was 80 cents on Etsy. I could not resist it. Let me show you. It's called the Atlanta pouch, and it has a zipper. It has a zipper, Amy. I know, but then I like opened up the pattern and I was like, it has templates. I don't like templates. Give me cutting instructions or give me death. But anyway, that was really, really dramatic. This is the Atlanta pouch. Let me just zoom in on the photo so I don't like get in trouble. There's the Atlanta pouch. Atlantis pouch, and it's like this cute little triangle thing, and I thought it'd be a great way to use scraps, but it has a zipper. So Amy, I'm ready, but I'm also scared and also not ready at the same time, so we'll see. Love that line. Yeah, I don't even know, she said this was like really old, I don't know what designer. I just thought the color was pretty, but I will let you know, Amy. I will let you know. You're really good at bags. You need to hold my hand. You also need to send me a very beginner-friendly one. I did see on Instagram, I'll have to message you the post, but it's literally called Anybody Can Make This Bag. I kind of want to make it. Maybe I'll make it with that stuff versus the Not Your Basic Blue Bag. We'll see. But yeah, that looks like a good pattern.
Oh, that's not a big deal. Oh, it's a big deal, Amy. It's a big deal. Zippers are a big deal over here, okay? Okay. All right, I'm finally going to go. Teresa, you enjoy your pizza without the pineapple and with your fresh tomatoes. That sounds so stinking good. Like freshly made pizza over processed, like yucky, sugary pizza. I bet yours is really, really good. Now I'm like thinking about pizza. Darn you, Teresa. But anyway, enjoy your dinner. Good night, Chloe. Good night, Amy. Oh my gosh. Donna, I'm sure you are asleep. If you are watching, I hope you get better. Joe, keep taking care of her. And I'll see you all when I see ya. Who knows when that will be? I'm just going to be honest. Who knows? Who knows? It's a mystery on here. But anyway, okay. I'm going to go. I'm going to go now. I'm going to press the button. Pressing the button. Pleasant dreams. Thank you, Susie. You too. Amy, you will need to hold my hand the whole way, but you would be the person that I reach out to. So, we need to find a good zipper pattern, okay? Okay, I'm pressing the button. I'm going. Goodbye.